of Healing in Ways You Never Thought Possible with myself, Dr. Dolores Fazzino. Today, we're going to talk about the power of words and why we should choose them wisely. Did you know that words have vibrations and frequencies? That is true. Sometimes when we say or choose our words, they're actually vibrating at a lower frequency than a higher frequency. And let me elaborate and give you some more information about that. Just for an example, imagine the word love. When you think about it and feel it, it has this frequency or feeling to it. Now, think about the word hate. You may feel in your body that maybe there's a little more constriction or it just doesn't feel good energetically. So that's just an example of like the dichotomy of what we call a positive and a negative. But everything has a vibration. And if we remember that everything is energy and frequency, this actually will help you move forward with your life. Now, as some people know that I'm in the healthcare arena, and I also have a coaching practice that helps people heal in ways they never thought possible. And what I have found is that the energy of our intentions, what we say to ourselves when nobody else is listening but us, but also how we speak to others also is a vibration. And I think we all are becoming more aware of this as time progresses. So I want to share some information that has been really a pivotal platform for me in my personal growth and in the work that I do, is that when you look at the vibrations of words and what you say to yourself, it could either make or break you. Okay. Dr. Masaru Emoto, he was a Japanese scientist who brought a lot of the whole idea of vibration and words and frequency to the forefront. I'd say he's one of the pioneers. He passed away probably almost 10 years ago, but his work has been a very foundational piece of what I'm going to be sharing with you. What Dr. Emoto would do, if you're not familiar with him, I invite you to Google him. He's a fascinating pioneer in the whole frequency and words community. What he would do is he would get a vessel of water and label it with, say, a word like love, and maybe label another one with I hate you, or another one with peace. And what he would do is fast freeze those containers that were labeled with the specific words. And then he would look under a microscope and look at the crystal formations of those words impregnated in that water. Of course, the words that were more positive, like love and peace, had these beautiful symmetrical crystals. And the word I hate you labeled on the water was this fragmented, contorted, crystalline structure. So, with that being said, our bodies are mostly water. They're probably about 70% water. So when we are labeling ourselves, or the self-talk that we are saying to ourselves, like, you beat yourself up in your mind all the time. I'm sure we're all guilty of that, and we're works in progress to be more aware to shift that. But this is altering the water composition that's in our physical body. Just think about that. When we label ourselves that we're not good enough, what is it doing? It's distorting the chemistry of the fluid in our body to form that. I'm going to take that a step further. Now, when being in the healthcare arena, okay, and patients have IVs going in, maybe they're on medications, maybe chemo. Wouldn't it be cool if we labeled the bag of IV fluid that they're getting or the drugs or whatever with complete health and wellness labeled on that IV bag. Could you imagine how that phrase and the vibration of that is going to alter the energetic components of that fluid to make it more in harmony with what you want to create? I've seen this work with a lot of cancer patients that I've helped as well. I suggest that maybe label the bag complete health and wellness and just allow it to do its thing so it's being supportive. Something to ponder on, you know? I mean, we've seen people now coming out with little labels that you're able to put on your water container to change the frequency. This was all starting to happen back in the 90s and early 2000s. Now it's being embraced, and I think it's a wonderful thing to implement in your life, and it's about helping you become the better version of you. One of the first authors that I came across back probably in the mid 2000s was Yvonne Oswald. And I really loved her book. And I believe she was one of the pioneers to uncover the whole ideology of words having power and going beyond what we literally know, but the vibration of them. Her book is Every Word Has Power, and that was a life changer for me reading her book. It's still in print, but it was probably it was more popular in probably the mid 2000s, but I invite you to go and check that out because she laid the foundational concepts. And that was for me, it was like aha moment after aha moment, like, wow, this is amazing. And it's so true. So what I'd like to do now is just kind of guide you through a little, exercise so that you can delve into more of maybe what you're saying to yourself and maybe how you could just make a little pivot or a shift to change that and just hopefully in make your life a lot better and a lot more calmer. So right now, I'm going to just invite you to go to a place where you could relax. If you're driving, please don't do this while you're driving. I don't want you closing your eyes while you're driving. No bueno, not good. Anyway, so just get comfortable. And, I'm just going to ask you to take a few deep breaths and exhales so you could get more planted in your physical body. And right now, I just want you to close your eyes and I'm going to say a series of words and just feel what it feels like in your body. Just be curious like a child. There's no right or wrong answer. This is how these words respond to you. First of all, let's start with peace. Now the word rapid. Now the word happiness. Now the word sadness. Now the word love. Now the word anger. And now the word peace. Just come back now and just from your own experience, if you'd like to share in the chat, you can, what that was like for you and what you experienced. What you may notice is that you're able to feel the different shifts in the frequencies of the vibrations of the words. A pretty cool thing, if you ask me. Now, what I'm going to recommend is this. Pay attention to the things that you talk about or you say to yourself. and just reflect. Are they maybe not so nice? Are they good things? Are they, I hate to label it positive or negative, but do they feel uplifting or do they bring you down? And if there's something that you're not, too happy with, the good news is that you could adjust and think about it and also feel what you would like it to shift it to. When you are aware of things, this is where you have the choice to make a different choice, basically. Choose differently. When you are not aware, this is where it just kind of drives your life. So congratulations for becoming more aware and being able to move forward and create more of the life that you are supposed to be experiencing here on earth. So next week, on our next episode, we're going to be talking about, ta-da! We're going to be talking about becoming your own best friend. So I'm going to leave you now with things to ponder, and just know that you're doing a good job and that you are loved more than you could imagine.